welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Anika Kialani. So today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine, which you guys probably saw from the title, but I feel like I've been getting asked to do this video a lot lately, and with me working for Morphe, I obviously have to wear makeup every single day, so I finally feel like I have a routine that is quick for me, that makes my makeup last all day, and I really just want to share that with you guys. For the most part, all of the products and brushes are affordable, so that's always a plus. But with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and are able to learn something new from it. Okay, so to begin, I always start with my brows. And reason being is because if I do my foundation first, I feel like my brows kind of slide around a little bit. So I love to start with my brows first. For my brows, I always use the Anastasia Dip Brow, and this is in the shade Chocolate. It is a pomade, so it does tend to dry out pretty quickly. So what I usually do is apply 1 to 2 drops of my Inglot Duraline, and this pretty much just revives the product. So you can honestly use it in any cream product and it'll just like moisten it and bring it back to life pretty much. So I really love this and I highly recommend it. I added a few drops to my dip brow, and now what I'm going to do to start is brush all of my brow hairs up. I'm going to take some of the product on the brush and then just start on the tail of my brow. I always like starting on the end just to kind of get the shape of it first. And by the way, this is the Anastasia number 7 brush. And once I feel comfortable with the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and brush all of my brow hairs going down. And I'm just going to line the top. As you can see, I have the brow outline, so now what I'm going to do is just fill in the rest of it. And I still haven't dipped my product into more of the product, it's just whatever I started out with. I always like doing just little strokes as well, just so it looks a little bit more natural rather than all like super harsh. And I also keep brushing through it while I'm applying product. Once I have the tail end of my brow filled in, I'm going to start on the front of the brow, and what I do is just start on the bottom and just line it. And I'm just following the shape of my natural brow. Once the bottom of my brow is lined, I just push the rest of the product up. And I'm not going to go in too far right here in the inner part of my brow. I'm actually going to do that after. So I'm just going to focus it more like right here. So now that my brow is partially done, what I do next is go in with some concealer. And what I use is a Maybeline Age Rewind in the shade Neutralizer. And I used it with a Morphe 432 brush, which is just a little flat brush. I honestly just take some of the product off of the sponge from the brush. And I start by underlining my brow, and what this does is just clean it up. It honestly makes the biggest difference. Like, I can't even tell you guys, it makes the biggest difference. And I know some people do this after they're done like filling their brows in, but I like to do it after the pomade, and then I go in with another product after just to like really clean it up. I know everyone has like a different process that works for them, but this is what I found has worked out the best for me. The concealer also highlights the brow bone, which just gives like your eye a little lift, which I really like, and that's why I go in with a lighter shade. I know it might look a little bit crazy right now, but what I do now is go back in with the pomade and the same brush, and I just really define everything just so it makes it look a lot cleaner. Now that my brow is all cleaned up and I pretty much have the shape that I want, I'm going to use my Morphe brow pencil, and this is in the shade Chocolate Mousse. I seriously love this product, and it's only $5 and it's really good. Like, honestly, it compares to the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, and I really love it too because it has a spoolie on one side and then it's the pencil on the other side. So the reason why I really like this pencil is because it's super thin, so what I like to do with it is draw hair-like strokes in the front part of my brow, and this just makes everything look so much more natural. rather than like a blocked off brow. I always brush through it as well. Also, on days where I just want to look a lot more natural, I honestly just use the brow pencil and just kind of fill in the sparse areas of my brow, and it just gives you a really natural look. Last but not least, I use my Anastasia clear brow gel, and I feel like I have to do this because my brow hairs naturally go down, so I want them actually going up. So what I do is just brush all of them going upwards, and this usually just keeps them in place all day. After applying the brow gel, sometimes I do see some areas that are a little bit sparse or that I miss, so I just go back with a pencil. So this is a completed brow. I know that it's a lot of steps, and honestly it's what takes me the longest while doing my makeup, but it's what makes the biggest difference. Brows really do shape your face, so I feel like it's a must. I really do hope that some of the products or tricks work for you, but with that being said, I'm just gonna do the other brow off camera and then I'll continue on with the rest of my face. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to start on my face, and the first product I use is this Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this is a pore minimizing primer and it's also oil free. I'm actually not too oily, nor am I dry. I kind of just have normal skin, but I do love using this because I feel like it does blur out the pores that I do have. I actually went to a Smashbox event and they gave me like 4 boxes of these, which it was my first time using it and I have used it every day since. I have fallen in love with it, so I highly recommend it. So I'm just going to take a small amount on my finger, and I don't use too much, just about like this size. It's like a little pea size. And I usually focus this kind of on the apples of my cheeks because I do feel like I have a lot of pores there. So I do focus it there. I do put some on my nose as well because I feel like it just gives me like a really even surface. I put some on my forehead and then also kind of like around my mouth. Now that my face is primed, the next product I'm going to be using is the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, and you guys probably think I'm crazy, but if you've watched any of my past videos, you might have heard me talk about it. I learned about this product from Nikki Tutorials, and honestly, it makes such a big difference. I literally use it so much that I ran out of this bottle and I just bought a new one, so yeah, I'm telling you, it makes such a big difference. This product has an ingredient called glycerin, and glycerin pretty much allows things to stick to it, so I always use it before my foundation because I feel like my foundation really does stick to it because of the glycerin. What's great about this product too is you can probably share it with your boyfriend like I do. So I'm just gonna take a small amount of it, nothing too much, just like this. And what I do is just apply it to my entire face. Also, it smells really good. Like it smells like a man, obviously, but it smells super fresh. Like, I love this smell. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 108. In winter time, I do get a bit lighter, so I use shade 108, and when summer does come around, I use shade 109. I have found out that the Pro Matte does last all day for me, but sometimes I do use the Pro Glow one. The Pro Glow one is amazing as well. I just feel that like throughout the day I do kind of have to blot. Like, it does make me a little bit oily for some reason, but honestly they're both amazing. I would just go according to your skin type, whether you have dry or oily skin. The coverage of this foundation is amazing, but there are days when I want to be a little bit more natural. So for those days I do use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, and this one is amazing as well. I feel like it doesn't cover as much as this one does, but honestly it's really, really good. This one is like $5 I think, and this one's like $11, so they're both really affordable and found at the drugstore. So after applying the Nivea Post Shave Balm, I wait until it gets like a little bit tacky on my face so the foundation sticks to it. To apply my foundation, I've been using the Morphe Y6 brush, and I love this because it's super quick. I used to use my beauty blender, but since I've been having to get ready pretty early sometimes and really quick at that, I found this to have been the best option for me. I do love using the beauty blender with this as well, but honestly using a brush, it does give you a better coverage, more of like a full coverage, and when I use it with the beauty blender, it shears it out just a little bit because the sponge like eats the product up a little bit. But either way, I really do love the foundation, but honestly since I started using it with this brush, I'm like obsessed. I also take the foundation down my neck just so it all blends in together and I don't have like a line because no one likes that. As you can see, this foundation covers up pretty much everything and it still looks pretty natural, and I do like still have like a little glow to it, which I love. Now that my foundation is on, I'm going to use concealer, and my Ride or Die concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape. I know it's pretty pricey, I think it's like $25, but let me just tell you, it's seriously so amazing. I haven't found anything better. A really good dupe for it is the Maybelline Azure Wine, and this is in the shade Medium, which I really love, but I'm telling you, this one, there's nothing better than it. It's so good. For my concealer, I always apply it under my eyes. So I kind of drag it outwards. And then I do apply some like on the sides of my nose right here. I'm also going to bring it down the bridge of my nose, the Cupid's bow right here, just to highlight it a bit. And then I love putting concealer on my chin as well. To blend out my concealer, I use the same Y6 brush that I applied my foundation with, and I'm just going to do the same thing and buff it out. I do start buffing it out under my eyes, and then whatever product is left I bring on my eyelids, and I always do that because my eyelids are kind of like discolored, so I want it to, you know, just all look like one shade. Now I'm going to use some translucent powder to set my concealer, and for more of an everyday translucent powder I use my Coty Airspun. This is like $5 at any drugstore. I think Walgreens and Walmart has it. For more of like special occasions, I do use my Laura Mercier, which is a bit pricey. I think it's like high 30s, if not like $40. So I know that's pretty expensive, but that translucent powder is amazing. But honestly, for more of like an everyday thing, I do use this just so I don't use all of the product. So I'm just gonna take some of the product on this Morphe E49 brush, and I'm just gonna set under my eyes and also my eyelids, because if I don't, it will crease. I also get really bad smile lines, so I feel like setting it with translucent powder helps a lot. I know that people say if you have smile lines, like don't set it with powder, but I've noticed that when I don't, it looks even worse, so I always set it. Does anyone else have smile lines? Because I get it so bad, like you guys don't even understand. All throughout the day, I'm always just sitting there like this, like, I also do set the center of my forehead and then just down the bridge of my nose and around it. Now that the base of my face is done, I'm going to start bronzing, and what I always use is my Benefit Hoola bronzer. I seriously am obsessed with this. I'm not too big on contouring, so I usually just use this to kind of bronze my face but also chisel out my cheeks just a little bit. I always bronze using my Morphe 527 brush. I really love it because it's like pinched right here, so it kind of just like does all the work for you. So I just take it on my brush and then start applying it on my face just to warm it up a bit and also chisel out my cheeks just a tiny bit. Nothing too crazy. And you see how this brush just fits nicely in the hollow of my cheek? It really just does all the work for you. I also do bring it around my temple just so it's not just like a line of bronzer right here. I just want it to all blend in together. Now that I'm nice and bronzed, I'm gonna use blush, and the blush I use on a daily basis is actually by MAC in the shade Raisin. I swear I have had this blush for years, like I'm telling you years, and I still have like so much of it. I haven't even hit pan. I don't wear blush every single day, but when I do, it is this one. I feel like because of my skin tone, I can't go in with like super pink blushes. I have to go in with more like brown tone kind of ones, and this one is honestly perfect for that. My favorite blush brush is the Morphe E4, and I really love this brush just because the angle of it really just hugs the cheek nicely and just blends everything together. So I'm just gonna take a small amount of the blush, and I always start with the apples of my cheeks, and then I kind of just work my way backwards. I also always do this little like smile while applying my blush, just so I really know where the apples of my cheeks are. And as you can see, this blush isn't anything too crazy. It's not too pink. It's more subtle and natural looking, which I really love. Now for the fun part, which is highlighter, I always use my Anastasia That Glow Kit, and I just love that it comes with such a good variety of highlighters to use. As you can probably tell, I love this one because it hit pan already, but I love this one, and I use this one mostly in summer, but since I've been a little bit lighter, I've been using this one right here, which is called Bubbly. I'm going to take Bubbly on my favorite highlighting brush, and this is the Morphe R36. I really love this brush because it's tapered, and also the shape of it just fits so nicely right here. So I'm going to start by applying it to my cheekbones. Oh, and as you can see, it's just the most beautiful highlight. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with it. The Anastasia highlighters are bomb, you guys. Like, if you guys haven't tried it, you need to. It seriously just melts into the skin. Like, do you see this? So pretty. I also take the same shade of highlighter on this little Morphe E36 brush. It's just a small little pencil brush, and I apply it in the inner corners of my eyes. I love doing this because it really just makes you look more awake. Like, as you can tell, it makes such a big difference. I also apply the same shade to my brow bone. Just gives such a beautiful glow to it. Going back in with the same R36 brush, I'm going to highlight my cupid's bow and my chin. And then also down the center of my nose. Do you guys see how pretty this highlighter looks? Oh. Like, I seriously look greasy, but I'm not mad about it. Set everything together and just have all of the powders melt into one another, and for that I've been using my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Usually I use my MAC Fix Plus, which honestly it is pretty pricey. It's like $26, and I have been like a diehard Fix Plus fan for a while, but since I started using this, I really am loving it. This is $15, so it's pretty much half the price, and I do love both of them. The difference is that the MAC Fix Plus, it kind of like spits out on your face. Like, I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it does like spit out on your face a little bit and leaves like water drops. The difference with this one is it's more of like a mist, so it's just like a, you know, it's just really light. It's like an aerosol can, so it's really light on your face. It's more of a mist. So I have been really liking this. Like, I've been low-key taking baths in it like every day. I like drench my face. But yeah, so that's what I've been using lately. I really like it. It's half the price, so you can't beat that. So I'm just gonna set my entire face. And as you can see, it's really light. So now that my face is done, usually if I'm not going anywhere where I have to be too glammed up, I'll just curl my lashes and put mascara on, but I'm actually heading to work, so for me, I don't like super dramatic lashes. Like, a lot of people that know me, they know I don't like super dramatic lashes. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I can't wear them. Like, I do have pretty small eyes, so if I wear them, they look like little mustaches on me. My all-time favorite lashes are the Morphe Premium Lashes in Hypnotic. I'm seriously so obsessed with this. Like, I can live off of this pair of lashes for the rest of my life. They're super wispy but natural at the same time, so I love it. Like, I seriously love it whether I'm getting super glammed up or whether I want to be more natural. I can wear this every single day and I'd be totally fine with it. So I'm just going to take some of my Duo Glue and brush it on the lash. I used to actually curl my lashes and apply mascara before applying the falsies, but lately I've been applying the falsies first and then applying mascara, and I feel like it makes such a big difference. I mean, at least for me, I know everyone's different. So I always use tweezers, and I'm just gonna apply the lash right above my lash line. And once they're on, I just use my fingers to push it. Now that my lashes are on, which you can see makes such a big difference, especially for someone that doesn't have any, I'm gonna apply mascara to my top lashes and then my bottom lashes as well. Now I'm gonna apply mascara, and I usually use a waterproof mascara just because my eyes tend to water, so I don't want it like running down my face at all throughout the day. But this is the Maybelline Big Shot Mascara. So I'm just gonna apply it to my top lashes. And I'm really just focusing on the base of my lashes just so it kind of blends in with the falsies. And then I'm gonna apply it to my bottom lashes as well. It's so hard to do my lower lashes without making the mascara face, and I know everyone knows what the mascara face is. Let's be real. After I apply my mascara, I love to squeeze my natural lashes to the falsies, and it just really helps everything blend in together. I know they have tools to do this, but let's be real, ain't no one got time for that. Just use your fingers. It's not that serious. Last but not least is lips, and I personally love gloss for an everyday thing. I know everyone is different. My go-to is by MAC, and this is their lip gloss in the shade Spice. So I just pop this on, and honestly, as you can see, it's colored, so you don't really have to do like a liner before. When I'm just doing more of like a natural look, I just throw it right on. So this, you guys, completes my everyday makeup routine. I know that this video might be pretty long, but I just really was trying to go into detail with all the products and whatnot. But usually when I do this look on an everyday basis, like for work, I can probably do it in like 10 to 15 minutes most. And I just really hope that with this video you guys are able to learn something for yourself and also just pick up a few tips and tricks along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Instagram at Anika Kialani with an underscore at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know any other videos you would like to see in the future, and I hope to see you in the next one.